Hi folks, Sean here. I just want to take a minute to give you a rundown of my 2016 pedal board. Got a lot of different flavors to choose from here. Let's get started with the Univibe pedal. This allows me to have a really kind of chewy, rotating, swirly sound in the mix that you've surely heard in the past on famous recordings. You can adjust the speed depending on the setting and the needs of the song. You get a lot of cool, kind of weird, wobbly sounds that once you get it going high. And next up, I've got the Jekyll and Hyde Distortion Overdrive. It's basically split into two personalities, like the name suggests. We have a really sizzly kind of modern distortion here. Versus a more classic sound here. Here we have the Electro Harmonics Freeze pedal. This is one of the coolest pedals here, I think, because you can hold any chord infinitely and then play over the top of it. Boggles the mind, the fun you can have with that one. And here we have a flanger, which has that cresting wave, sort of airy Doppler effect, jet kind of thing. And surely you've heard this on countless recordings. Add a bit of distortion and it sounds fantastic. And its brother here, the phaser, which is more of an underwater sound instead of an airy one. Here we have the Wampler compressor, which allows me to squeeze the tone where the dynamics are a little more even. This is great for making things that are kind of quiet stick out of the mix, and things that are a little loud to not be quite as much. And here we have a chorus, which is based on the Boss one from the 80s that was the same color. This is really handy for kind of a Leslie wannabe emulation rotating speaker. When you turn it up really fast, you know, it's like... Slow it down and you're more in the 80s kind of clean tone territory. a touch of flange and it gets real tasty. And here we have the flashback delay, which allows me to have 3 different presets. Basically, I go with a slapback, which is a short delay to give just a little bit of wetness to the mix. This is a long one, and then this is kind of a weird extra. In this case, it's a backwards one. So with just the regular one, you've been hearing it all along. There's just a little bit of room and sound in there. Versus this is a longer one where you can play on top of the delay and the echoes that come back. It's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. It's also great for long kind of sustainy solos. So that's fun stuff. Then the backwards one is just crazy. You should see the looks on people's faces in the bar when I stick this on in the middle of some song that it doesn't belong in. It's fun. That's equally fun with dirt. Fun stuff. Then here we had the feedback booster, which does 2 different things. I really use it just for a boost, kind of a mid-notching kind of thing, so a solo will stick out of the mix. It's subtle, but just right in the right context. Here's like without it, and with it. When it turned up loud enough, it's good. Here we go. So this is something I use quite a bit. Every time there's a solo that needs to pop out of the mix, this is the one. You can also hold any note if you step down on it and it will feed back, which is kind of cool because, you know, some notes feed back better than others, but with this one, it's not picky. Any of them will. So let's take like this open A. So it's just hanging out, it's rising, and the effect can be adjusted so it happens quicker or slower. So I don't really bother with that much, but it's handy. And also we had the chord tuner at the very end, which is quiet and always very reliable. And at the very right here we have the wah-wah, which is the box, which is my favorite type of wah. I've tried most of them, and this just seems to work for what I do. Obviously, you don't use your hand to play it, but and that's basically just a mid-notching kind of filter thing that sweeps in and out as you move your fiddle around. So that's pretty much everything. So I want to take a minute to thank you for checking out my gear, and please check out our music at storyofalifetheband.com and also Facebook.com/storyofalifetheband. Hope to see you out there in 2016. We got a lot of cool shows coming up. Stay tuned. Take care.